Waiting the people they want and waiting they don't already get, one really evaluate the service delivery, evaluate the agenda for change, and evaluate the OGI. We make within our so today, we make we bring the chiefs in our so today.
OGI, the Open Government Initiative, now a grassroots program where Papa President been start when he come.
Well, Formula do. I know say this past 2 weeks, I know we did, but don't come back. One for welcoming us to our program. I will say in governance, OGIR. Well, I know say this program and to bring the government closer to the people and the people closer to government. Plenty issues and they will always OGI, OGP, they try for being council now for letting them know. But OGP, OGI get plenty things for update you. For no say things that they happen, the things that we, especially commitments them, we also on the waiting for happen, you know, all that you get information now. Yeah. So we can look at their A&D, but first of all, I have to say Madam Mubarak to me, mostly brother and sister them, and I have to welcome. Well, of course, as usual, I know today we get Alpha Jallo. Well. Alpha Jallo na communications person at OGI OGP. We can tell we about how the program, of course, the program where Anna can tell you about Usai we day at that level day. So Alpha tell family
Family, una good evening.
Alright. Then of course get me executive director OGI OGP. We can talk a lot of issues. Tell family.
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, first of all, I want to say Madam Mubarak to you.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes. You know, Madam, they tranga one. Last week, I not talk about people as I come on. I don't know. One misstep say Auntie Khadija na the first. I say yeah, sort of. Because it's not easy.
Yeah, I'm not saying no easy.
It's not easy at all. And I really they say kudos to all me brothers and sisters them. Where they fast right now, and fasting is very important then, and one way that one there is no easy way to go to heaven. Some people they feel say now for just you don't sing then say they don't go heaven. No, it's not possible. Like I know easy for friend money and so back you know easy anything where they benefit you know easy forget.
Yes.
You always get for make sure say you go beyond and above, and one of that now the fasting will be the fast. Well, somebody be tell me the other day Khadija, I say how the fast Papa. They say, Khadija, if you know me a Christian, but waiting no more they want me this fast. I enjoy fast and I respect to now all panis fast. They say, but me bar people then they go there again. Plenty people, all the people that working go keep company na me bar, then they again. And I say, oh my goodness, waiting and they tell you.
Yes.
That they tell you say we get the Muslim brothers and sisters, some of them then they really they keep company inside and they party they keep the fire burning around their side and they, which I believe it go fine but not fine for Islam they say you get for be conscious you life every inch way pass you for notice now that make anything will intoxicate you it's not good for you at all. Some people then they pray. Now you go to mosque Friday, that the mosque full, it packed to my goodness. I look at that, I say why? But again a fast month. But people then fail for realize say prayers are like tax. Then you know that? You know how it unlawful. God self no want more we not pay tax. Because now when we pay tax, other people then were able to survive, we're not able to survive. So paying tax, that's something where even na faith. Yeah. Paying tax, giving your fair share to who side is supposed to forgive, so they go take that one day for do better thing. Islam, according to Islam, is correct for pay tax. Because you know what you do? I say that prayers na tax. You know they pray for nobody. God, you know they pray to them because you want this, you want this. No. The prayers for you they pray, that 5 daily prayer, they ordain them for me you pray that you wait that a way sort of short of what you dey pay tax to God, that you dey praise am
Yes.
5 times a day, tell am thank you, praise am 5 times a day. You understand? So now that make it good for make people they know say prayer, you know, they pray for nobody, they pray for your soul. You they pray for the waiting, the bargain what you sign with the Almighty God for say you prayers, you they give your own fair share, you they pay tax. Now that make when you not pray this one, you they go pay am. Taxes what you not pay. Now I don't want to see the lady be say when you not pay taxes, you they go back. We oversee now a crime. So people they when they sentence life.
Yes.
Imprisonment when you not pay tax. You understand? So now the same way so with prayers. Prayer, the one way it be say what you do, I do it for God. Na ina zakat, na ina sadak. What you give, what you give, and what you give with this hand, the other hand not for no. Now God say na for am, and what you give, He go give you back. And in most cases, some scholars then they will say that God they even extend your life. What you give, because now one of the one the way they give. You understand? Yeah. So the one the way they give, now they consider as friends. Because you know, if you not angry, you not angry. But you see, you take, you give sadak. You see, you give. So even the teladu na sadak, even the smile na sadak. You see something na grown, banana leaf, banana kanda. You know, say somebody they sleep banana for them. Yeah. You take them, you go throw away na sadak. You go na bathroom, you meet the bathroom filthy, you take your time. If not something self you wear them, or you na stick self you take your time, you clean them so the next person they come and use them na sadak. So now then one day you do them for God. Otherwise prayers, no, you fulfill your commitment. You taxes where you supposed to pay. So some of you now when not they pray, when they wait no more past fast month before you pray. It's sad now for continue for pray make God by the time when the first month they done, you take prayers as a culture. Prayer for be a culture. It's difficult, but once you make you take an hour as your culture, you get for embrace and not get choice because a pattern password of a Muslim. And a Muslim when not they pray after 3 days when you die, some scholars then say you're not a Muslim. Now they consider yourself Muslim. 3 days. Consecutively, if you not pray, then they wipe your name by the list of the people that when are Muslim, when they consider as Muslims. So you see, I just want to throw this, me not to Imam, but now Imam born me. So I feel say at least I give sadak because not also alpha by just throwing this na sadak. Again, we get people there all over the country where they listen to the program. So sometimes this will help. Or maybe they understand.
Anyway,
thank you.
Well, thank you very much. At this, whatever the circumstances, some people will not listen now, will not say, oh, if they make the mistake safe. You know, but the thing is so funny, where, as they say, Ramadan, actually the bad and the guy. Yeah. So then they show you, say, well, if the bad and the guy, Ramadan 10, what he show you, it signifies something. Yeah. But we will not left that. Not left that. So now I go to you, Alpha, quickly. Let me get who shall we do now?
Social accountability.
Social accountability.
Yeah, the social accountability, like you rightly stated here, would they get calls them from different people as you know, see the OGI, you get a presidential mandate, wherein you bring people closer to government and government closer to the people. So one way how for do it now for give them they make them express their own opinion, and in most cases then the cost they will receive, you know, now we own 644 toll-free line. Now on EDSA, they can complain about electricity, they can complain about telephone companies, they can also talk about the waste management. You see, and these are key things, very, very important aspects that we before say we able to make a country develop. You see, so as OGI would listen to them complaints there as well and see how best we able to talk with the appropriate authorities for secret redress for some of them areas there as well. You see, most recently we just received another complaint, you know, from EDSA for overbilling. You see, the person, because we get with suggestion boxes them, who they send out, even at the university, people in the right. The other way they call and they call. Tell you, say, you know what? This is what is happening. You see? But as we, now people away, they pass on information to the appropriate authorities, so that at least make themselves listen to them complaints and also understand, say, yes, this is what is happening. Perhaps the people away then they up there, not you understand them, see that's what they happen. So, but OGI, they narrow that particular gap, ensure, say, yes, indeed, we tell the appropriate people and for make them take action. And sometimes people then they give you accolades again. Say, you know what? That's how we go. So, you believe me, that particular issue about EDSA, then don't solve them. We say, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. We thank God. Because at least we know, say, the minister will get, now a listening person. You see? But when would they get the information, they would pass through. Tell us, yes, you know, this is what you're supposed to do. You see? Would they get complaints again about telephone companies? You see, people in the tell me, say, yes, indeed, when you buy top-up, Airtel, as soon if you just make 1 or 2 calls, you know. But at least, would they provide the information there so that at least let Airtel can address the issues then they tell them, say, you know what, if you say you do so A, B, C, and D, now so your money they go. You see? And if the people are not well informed, they're not going to get an informed decision. And that is the aspect why OGI always say, you know what, the people must be well informed so that they will be able to take a well informed decision. You see? Because that the president wants. You see? So that we will know order for shift the blame to. Rather than we say, you know what, holistically, we think this don't happen, we say, now one great person in there for blame. No, we say no to it. You see? So now them things and they would they take, would they collate them things and they would analyze them and will call the most appropriate people them will tell them, say, yes, na so thing don't tinafu. So for now that we just don't get for us, you know. And even waste management, the garbage. You see, most recently we even called the Freetown City Council representative been there between the State House. We are in which I ask them, tell them what things so far, what things they do. Because these are huge problems. You know, people and they come in, they work out to pass through Kishi Road, you know, they see garbage, you know, what are they doing? You know?
No, well, me, that's how they waste management.
Yeah.
We blame the dog, we blame the bone as well.
Okay.
It don't take where this dirty business, it also pass mark at this country, but for look that the blame the country will be back as well. Because if you did and you ooze, you wait so the rain come, wait for the to you dirty in a dirty box. Or you pay if now want 2,000 clean, the people that would clean, you give them for 2 years. You wait so the rain can turn inside gutter. First of all, you know, do justice to the country, and then when it come back, it come back to you. Not like because when you point finger about government, the government, the one way you feel to see in a government where you complain to, that's what then the mosquito they go back to. Now you, the mosquito they can bet because now you did now say what are the clock, what are the gather, that day you get an empty pan and everything. So if we want to let this country clean, now we all for come on board. You understand? How are we? Let look at it.
I agree some part, you understand? But one thing where government they do when a wrong thing. You understand? In the first place, let me say EDSA, the people Masada. You understand? They're in control. You get 3 stakeholders there where the Sierra Leonean people they know of. If you go now with website, you go now with social accountability, you go clearly able to know say Sierra Leonean people they're still confused between health and sanitation ministry, that Ministry of Health and Sanitation, the Freetown City Council, and Masada. What are they in control and waiting they go on? The last thing will happen then is I see the minister, the minister too, or deputy minister of health. Waiting in him. No, the other one. Zulainatu. You understand? On Madam Zulainatu. I see him. They more or less chakra na bome. They go sell the place. Give one Lebanese man. When the Lebanese man they bill. Outside the dirty, outside the throw dirty, and no sign on the bottom line, even at my house. I need for make sure say dustbin then there at all corners. So that before you put something at ground, you go see the dustbin and say, you know what they talk? The culture for cleanliness, government get for be the one when they sit down for put something where somebody go able for throw away in the tito. You understand? But as it stands right now, most people they don't get outside and they go throw away their dirty. You know they go throw away even that gutter, the one the way they do and they do it secretly, because when they do another, people then they now we get neighborhood watch. Everybody now don't inform. We're not 100%. We are not there 100% yet. But Sierra Leonean people they say something. They say, "Hey, not throw away now." You understand? But give me some side for throw away. Give me some side. Get me some pan them or containers them and say they throw away now. And when the time reach, you government take and go throw away who side support for go. Especially people that will not get motuka for go pona bombe. The terms of reference for government, the terms of reference where they get for the waste management, government for clearly states the terms of reference. So the Sierra Leonean people they know. But they're confused right now. You see Masada they pass around the Taskare. You see city council they pass around the Taskare. You see the Ministry of Health and Sanitation they pass around the Taskare. They all three, you don't seem to know exactly what's in the NEPA. Coordinating now it is out of the question. I say me that day where I see Madam Zulaina to they go they go chakra with the office of the chief of staff for go broke a place a wall. Na bombe. You say na one Libanese man they sell that place now they go build it. If you go build outside, who say person they throw away dirty? If you tell me say not throw away dirty and gutter, who say you they give me some time for throw away? But we face them. We Sierra Leone, of course, today this morning, one thing we are glad for, I just see people them go to the area, then they go and take 30,000 for spray the compound them. Then they go and spray the compound them. Then they 30,000 now you pay for spray the compound. That's very good. I don't know who side that come out. I don't know if the Ministry of Health and Sanitation and then come up with that one day. I don't know if na Masada. I don't know. We don't know. We just see them around. They go and spray compound them. But that's not a very, very good effort for cut down into this spread, widespread of diseases, especially this rainy season. You understand? So government, more will face them. And another thing, government need to continue for move on. Nothing on the way government for all and say because election they come after the election. No. What do we need a now. We Sierra Leonean people. What do we? What in the speed? When we don't take from Adam till to the end of the road. Now that speed they for continue. If that speed they not continue, when I get me for deal with that speed for continue. How we start, that's so it go end. By the grace of God. But me they tell when I say that time when Zulina to them go broke that place, I'm very happy with the office of the chief of staff that recovery project. You understand? But now what's next?
Well,
what's next?
Yeah, because me see in fact you either say they get operation clean freedom.
Yeah.
Because
they don't
initiate that. Well, then go start first at the far end before then they can have the city. To me opinion, I prefer to say they for start at the city because at the city more dirty. You understand? Then when you don't get any now, to the outskirts, it's easy for deal with. Because if you want for pay debt, honestly, the target is bigger than two. So you pay for before you go pay small one. You understand? So if them try for organize because we get cleaning group them, number one they did in some zone where we need clean. If you get on any on board, then you try for make a competition like self. Say this zone, would a clean passing company, this will get at the end of this, will the watch, will this look the most clean area. You go see how youth then they don't get work. Try for engage them. We don't see okay, under this government priority, they don't include this cleaning, operation cleaning. We feel to say therefore try for do in such a way and bylaws for follow. Because if law not day again, some man will just do what you want to do for you. But law for day. Follow them so that we will for clean the city. By now, this century, we're not for the talk about dirty because you dey travel, you go abroad, you dey see. When you find a mint paper, you dey feel for about.
Because you dey see the dustbin right before you, and then they even show you the person. Una when they go travel, when you go na airport, they even show you how the person they put the dirty.
Yes.
Then show you the way where you for do am for put the dirty.
You know,
but they get an
yeah.
No.
Well, some time again, as I say again, the people and they can get into children, but someone they go take am for do other thing. When that guy go pull and they, he take am for go do other thing. Some man they take in big dirty, where then small bins and then another small dirty. Take the big dirty, you mattress or routine for the check and go. You know, so would they look and back again say we all go for come on board, just as you say yes. Government for make sure you get litter bins there. You know, we for every let's say 1 kilometer or 5 meters or so, you will meet dustbin. You go so
or
if
50 meters.
Yeah,
50
or if
meters,
you cannot serve, you don't go with the candaso. You go most work because you go meet up the two, so you go put up. And the other way responsible for the clearer. Clear go na the transit point to the moment. You see, this now all the things that they make. Because when you can't go on a transit, you know, clear, they come back.
They come back. And the sad thing is, the reason we concern, because we get a whole milestone, we get milestones then. OGP, we get waste management as part of the OGP milestones. We get, part of the OGP commitments there. So that commitment there, we need for make sure say we reach, we succeed by that commitment there. So what thing I go able to do after next week, we go give 2 weeks to the Sierra Leonean people until we get the university students and still in our OGP, this social accountability still they go. After 2 weeks, we they tell everybody. Take picture of all any dirty you see. Send them na the website or send them na the OGP na the WhatsApp group. Take picture. Now we deal with dirty week. 2 weeks. This 2 weeks where they come. Now for deal with dirty no more bets. Now we see by waiting they happen. We need for the name and shame. With the name una to shame una that time they una go quickly organize una self and say you know what. Now the best way this way they confront this, more no wait say sick come back na this country. And another thing where I want make done very clear. One thing we enjoy pan this one no social accountability. When people then don't say, oh the Minister of Energy, oh Khadija, why make you elect for Pulam? Because they respond directly to what they say. Right now, what they say, you don't see a lot of the lights them. You don't know say EDSA no go. I feel say you don't know. I know they quote am. You understand? If you don't know now, say EDSA no go able to electrify the one whole country right now. So the best thing now for loose, now clear the market so that everybody they get the opportunity for participate. Who now want support the country with generator them or with any other way, so that you go able to release them. So the minister, in a conversation where I get with him, he acknowledged that fact. You understand? But the worst people them by all na NATCOM. NATCOM the worst pass all. Now number one worst people and when you say that they get away with everything. And NATCOM, the thing is the telephone companies them. When you self the telephone company then they do it. When they say 644, then give you 644 toll now free. Not to free. When you not get money on your phone, then you know they go. Then when you text, the company that they hold the money and the text not they reach. We go try for talk to even for take for look at legal actions against them because that one day na corruption to the highest level. Not take money na person. Okay, if you take money per person, if they say na free, but when you call that 644, then you not get units on your phone, you know they go. That is fine. But where I pay, where I want text. You take me money, don't that text no reach. You get an explanation for me. People then they get away with things. And this social accountability, there will be a time after now, we don't get too many long roads. As they say, the speed where we start with, now that speed there for end. If that's for that, we they make sure say we end. Because they create the open government initiative as a mechanism for bring government closer to the people. And if you not allow government for come closer to the people, the government for allow for be scrutinized. una for accept comments them from the public about how una dey run the government. And the speed when the Sierra Leonean people they're comfortable with, now that speed they get for continue. And that I'd say that for all the areas them where social accountability, what would they hit right now for social accountability. And very soon we will begin read out from the website, we will begin bring down the programs them where the comments the way people they give. We'll not go stop at anything, and nobody not go able to block anything. It's not possible. The speed will begin with, now that speed will for end. Otherwise, any step of the way I tell the public, I tell the Sierra Leonean people, they know, keep them prepared.
Okay. So how far along this second commitment will go gradually, because until then they will not be done for that first commitment. So also we done there now because the position we done there now for the second commitment.
Well, this second commitment, and I think Alpha Joe they work on them, and because they go from what we do, the steering committee we don't come together. One of the things that will be not happen to we, the open data portal, the national open data portal. In fact, if not in been there in operational, you know for be asked because you for been just go to the data portal. The data portal been we source them out purposely for the OGP commitment them. But now the RAIC and others decide for take them, put them on the table. Take them outsource to a private entity, something when a national issue, national data portal. They send and go to a private company so that whatever money come to the data portal, so the data portal is supposed to deal with the Ministry of Information and Communications. For make all of a sudden, we open the open data portal for put commitments then when at the purpose we make the data portal day, we find out say they don't pull all the content, including the address of finances. Don't go to this private company. And when I go na Ministry of Information and Communications, I go engage them on that. I understand say RAIC, right to access information, years back, go meet the Ministry of Information, tell them say they want to open a portal. Because they say they want to open a portal, like when they say you want to open a website because now a government entity, they want to open now they sign up on that document. Now that document they then take now go remove the content of the national data to them. And they don't keep them more, they send them to a private company. Government property. Now they go send to a private company. Why private company? I mean the right to access information, then job now for make sure the government comply in terms of transparency. I mean that's therefore. And a national open data portal now one good thing now the baking of transparency. Because when you talk about national open data portal now a registry where the government they say, hey, look, we get this. The role of the right to access information for make sure the government comply. Not to force go and take the mechanism what government they use now and say, look, this time they show off and we don't get nothing for hide. That data, that national data, we want to transfer to a private company by crook. The right to the Ministry of Information no say they can't transfer government property. We go take the national data, we come with them. We don't say that government property, OGI for being control them, but we don't say that government property. Now that make we send and go to Ministry of Information and Communications, done with statistics for populate them and give the move them forward. Now so government for operate. You were in a corner, we get the smallest commission. When you job now for make sure the government comply, you don't get no right for go take that national data portal and turn them to a private entity, go allow private people them for they put information there where it be say any of the information they will go out international partners once they say na national data automatically they no need for verify because they're going to take and say that government property, not to mislead, not to mechanism that they try for mislead the international partners and the Sierra Leonean people them as a whole. It's not going to happen. The National Data Portal will turn back. Now the Ministry of Information and Communication and Statistics and OGI, they give the support way Blantyre and watch. You know, they go now, nobody in hand, we go manipulate, or we go continue, when tomorrow they manipulate that data, they mislead people by that data, and take them as their own, in the name of corruption, for its money. It's not possible. So when you ask me about the commitment, one of the biggest problems what we get right now, we don't do almost they do for self-assessment, but we not get side for put we commitment there because the national open data people then where they mix up them right now. But inside this week, they assure you the next meeting, the next OGI waiting Sefunaya, you go here for say the national data. Either there to the Ministry of Information, we support for keep them under tight box. Because that you serving international partners when they say you get for be transparent. You get for be transparent as a country. Okay, you don't create the national data. Plenty country then at the wall. Then they afraid forget the national data. Because they say that they expose themselves. So if Sierra Leone get the gut for go and get the national data, enough for free to all man. Now government property and government get for keep them. If the government don't able, if Ministry of Information don't able keep the national data under lockbox for showcase Sierra Leone the compliance for make sure say Sierra Leone comply with international best practices for do what you supposed to do. If they're not able to lock them to that box, they would they take them from una. Now we get them. Now we go get them. Bring them. We get the right for take them. The national data. So the Ministry of Information get the right for take the national data and run all them under lock and key and make sure say nobody will get the tendency for manipulate election they come. Anything can happen. We get people the way only they when are leeches, when only they survive for manipulate information against others or against government. This national data for both sides supposed for they make statistics populate the national data, make OGI, OGP able for the put to commitment and the national data, or otherwise would they take an on a hand.
Alright. Okay, well I think since you don't get that information then because maybe we see the open data portal, the function like how we've been doing.
The function from what we come with them.
You go able for go source information.
Well, yeah. Why be there that MCC you be the function, you know that?
Yes. Yeah.
Now when we send and go to right to access information from that 10 day, we get so many commitments and what we give and say we put in the data, they don't agree put a day. They keep the commitment and so international partners they not gonna know the gains and what we they make as a country. They keep them. They don't run with this data, this problem don't happen for the past months. They don't agree from allow this data, then they undermine the process continuously. For what? Una they wait until when the time when them blow the whistle just now, una begin to bring all kind of fata information back on the national data and claim say na Sierra Leone national data. That is what una they put in a fact. Forget it. It not will happen. The national data would they take them if Ministry of Information not able for keep them.
No, well the ministry for able for keep them because now they been there before. Yeah. So if for able for keep them. Okay, we the time for round up now. But that's one text to somebody said from local. They say for me, it's the issue of cleaning the city. They say more or less a problem from the government. They say we don't get clear mandate as to who responsible for cleaning the city. So we need a clear mandate as to who solely responsible for cleaning the city. Otherwise, it's saying the free from Kizo na Potloko.
So what do you say about that?
Well, yes, government actually because formally they will say na Masada. We can't get problem. We'll be hearing Masada say they will hold their services because city council get for pay them. You know that got go or that get for pay that. But eventually we understand say they settle them. And now we don't see this new program we don't come with the Operation Clean Freetown. And Operation Clean Freetown means Masada inside. So which means they try for engage youth them, unemployed youth them, way for come on board for make sure so they clean the city. But they forget the proper pattern way them for use.
TOR,
no miss this one again. Because if this one we say one for making the city clean, we for make sure say we do all what we able for not miss up again. And let it work and let it sustainable. Because otherwise waste money no more, understand? But if you're able to engage them UT, as I say, engage them, give them the facility for give them, then tell them what you for do, put your terms of reference, and then we'll go able to see what you go do. Somebody now self go even afraid for pulling the thing out, go to another gutter. But we're not for miss up. You know, I think so we're not for miss up. So somebody for come clear now say now we solely and wholly responsible for cleaning the city. Go on here again. You know, because of them, they say if you say government will give the mandates for clean. City council now the daddy for that. But they begin acting like they eat. So now this operation clean, if not in they take the city, let the general public know.
Or when they give priority to people that will go work for Canada, the country, for we not monopolize businesses, especially if we not get what it take for do the work 100%. Now that's how they say when I talk about Minister of Energy. You understand? The Minister of Energy, they no say throughout not to them complain they talk just so then they overbuild and they this that lights they no say Masara not going to do all. So open up, open enter. I mean they no say enter. So una open up. Una wait na them will conclude. We talk about waste management. Not so waste management una open the market so that people that they come una not stifle projects where they can at the country where they help for contain this problem here. Masada, do the same thing. EDSA, Ministry of Energy. You open up so people that they come in. Don't you talk about telephone companies? Telephone companies then they no more like the chicken with their heads cut off. That's how they operate.
Like I joined the queue, like I rightly say, we just believe in public-private partnership, like our director just don't talk the PPP. You see, we look at the existing policies then and see how best we go for look at them and see who say we need some modification. We do them for the good of this particular country as well. But like let one person they do for stifle development. So the warning is make them look at their policies then, see who say there is a need for modification. We do them for the good of Mombasa alone. Once more, one for thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, first of all, Alpha, with a bid of goodbye, Alpha they lead the team tomorrow where they travel out of the country, the OGI team. About 9 of them they left tomorrow. They go out. Yes, then they go out for almost a month.
Yeah, sure.
So the OGI team they go for almost
almost a month.
Almost a month. So we wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.
And in at the head of the delegation where they travel out and for go overseas. And so I want to wish you yes.
Thank you very much.
But you don't say I miss you. Bad. See then a French just not talk so I hardly hear what you say. They talk the Arabic, they talk the French. But I miss having you around. You know.
Thank you.
But Hannah they come next week. Una ball eye. Begin what you get to my federation.
Well, always so we can link with we correspondence them all over the country or issues as well. You know what they happen at different sides. So people will know say something happen at Port Local. You know all about. So Federation Link they link people them and we'll get more information about things that happen in and around. We'll still discuss this issue we will talk about.
Social
accountability and other things. You know. So, but once again, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And we hope so now enjoy the flight.
Sure. By the grace of God.
So, well, now, because not tell me not tell me for round up, not tell me for round up, I still get then I'm fit. So, yes, as far as the OGP concerned, Dan, we'll get for the social accountability, now so no more now we'll continue wreck. For be hard, man, nobody no wait for nothing. The more we continue the speed we don't begin, more we continue with that speed day and make sure say Sierra Leonean people they continue for reap the reward, they continue for reap the benefit of good governance. You understand? But certain things then where you sit down and you oath on and you office, you as minister, you as this, you sit down at your office, you say, oh, election they can out, more we sit down now and relax. You they make a big mistake because they come after you. I swear to God, they come after you. You know go sit down. The sit down people they don't go sit down, they wait for you. Go. It is not how you start. How you started is how you finish. And we got to finish. We don't begin them, we go for finish them, we finish them with flying colors and Fambulem. It's an open government initiative. They bring Guna, they have your same governance.
It's okay. Well, for now, so we tap the program. Alphatel, Alpha, and of course the executive director, Khadija Sise Plenty Chenki. It's the first, but all the same, we want
but they look like say energized
yes.
you know.
You know, sure. So we want to tell them thank you, and we hope so you know continue for watch this program. In that must say.
So the next week they come.
Yes,
By God power.
By God power.
Understand them say, OGI, the Open Government Initiative.